Welcome to Chronic Combat Conversations, a live look at our best bets, picks, and predictions for every UFC event. With your host, TB Scouting MMA, and
the Guru, back again for UFC Hotlanta, baby. We're finally back in the G-Town. We're back in Georgia, finally, for Joaquin Buckley taking on the former welterweight champ, Kamaru Usman, which should be a banger of a fight. But before we can get into this awesome card, we've got a very fantastic guest here. He's a friend of the show. He's a fellow tribesman. You definitely know him from Half the Battle. My motherfucking dog, Dan Levy. How are you, buddy? Good to see you.
Oh, man, doing amazing. I got to give the intro 9.5 out of 10. The only thing that kept it from being 10 out of 10, does TB know what it is?
I'm thinking it's the quality.
Oh, no. He said we're back in G-Town.
Yeah, G-Town. Yeah,
we're back in A-Town, man. We're back in A-Town.
You're right. I almost roasted myself. I was like, nobody from Georgia calls it G-Town. I don't know what I'm saying. I knew I was – no, of course it's A-Town, and I do know that.
There might have been reasons for these excursions.
I may have had some alcoholic beverages before getting on the podcast. I may have been out at the Jersey Shore. I may be out here doing my thing, and I may have taken an Uber back from dinner just to make sure I am here for the fight. But believe me, I am motherfucking here.
I mean, this is the Chronic Combat Conversations after all, right, boys?
Hey, Dan, if you got it, man, shit. Do your thing, brother.
So before we can get into what all you people came here for, besides our normal shenanigans, I just ask everyone involved in the chat, yes, always on time, never late. You know how we do it over here. But make sure you give us some support. It's free, costs you absolutely nothing. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Truly, we're just here for a great time every Thursday at 8 o'clock. The best bets, the best guests. I mean, come on. We got Dan Levy on today for UFC Atlanta. Could it be any better? And then always free picks. Here we are. Let's have some fun, right? So whether you're laying out a best bet on a money line, you're digging into grandma's couch cushions with your favorite prop play, let us know in the chat what you got cooking, and we'd be happy to talk about it too. But let's get into it, man. We got the Nigerian nightmare, Kamaru Usman versus New Mansa, Joaquin Buckley. And man, does this look like a whole new Mansa down at 170.
Can we be honest?
Can we be honest? Can we?
Can we be honest? Yes. Joaquin Buckley is clearing out the old people's home more than fucking COVID.
Nice.
He's clearing it out.
All right. Well, the question is, did Kamaru get sent by his family yet to the old people's home, or is he still functional enough for active daily lifestyle to take care of himself? I don't know, man. Looking at how Kamaru Usman is showing up for this fight, top shape. Doesn't seem to be like anything left off in that regard. At the face-off, pre-fight stuff, all wearing their clothes and everything. But, I mean, he's got a decent size advantage here. 2 inches of height, a couple inches reach on Joaquin Buckley. We've got the switch stance, Usman versus the southpaw Buckley. But ultimately, the real question I have for this matchup is, what does it look like where, Joaquin Buckley, this is probably the first fight we've seen in a little bit where I don't think he has the strength advantage in the clinch. And I don't think he can just go for a takedown to get to a safe place in this fight. But does it really matter? Is he not going to be the faster guy? Should he have a little bit better footwork at this stage? He doesn't have knees from the prehistoric era. I think that there's a lot of reasons why Buckley, there are good reasons why he could be the favorite in this fight. I just wouldn't trust it if I was playing a money line here. Usman, I think he has a lot of upside in a 5-round fight. If maybe it's not that he's landing takedowns, but he can use the clinch. He can use his size. He can use his ability to hold opponents against the cage and use that to his advantage. It's just, if he is ready for the old people home, and we are in that place, then I think what we're ready to see is, Kamaru Usman getting knocked out by Joaquin Buckley. So the under 4.5, if you're taking Buckley, seems like the smartest thing to me. Whereas, if you're taking the Usman side, I think he would be live for a finish on that end. Or, he could be live for a decision as well. So if I was looking for some prop angles, there you go. That's some idea. But man, it could just be Usman at plus 230 for not all the marbles, maybe some of the marbles. Ultimately, I wouldn't be too confident in playing the favorite here, but it could just be Buckley by knockout and we're moving on forward and seeing if he's a title contender, right? So, Guru, before we pass it off to our amazing guest, Dan Levy, what do you got to say about this fight?
The first thing I have to do is apologize for my lighting. There is no recessed lighting in here, and the lamp will, if you can hear that, the lamp will not turn on, guys. This is not my house. This is not my place. It's incredible I can even sit here and talk. So I apologize for the light. First and foremost, when was the last time we saw Kamaru Usman as a plus 200 dog? There has to be value on this. I think the last time was versus Tyron Woodley where he smoked his ass.
His very last fight, right? Against Chimaev, no?
Oh, you're actually very correct on that. Definitely versus Chimaev. So other than that, you don't really see it. But hey, that's why I have a plus 500 ticket on Chimaev to be champion. I think that he's got a very good shot to be the absolute beast here. Dan Levy, you make an excellent point.
On short notice, in all fairness.
Thank you. There's definitely some other rationale behind there. I've been a Joaquin Buckley truther before it was cool to be a Joaquin Buckley truther. I smashed even money on him versus Ruzaboyev. I knew he was going to wrestle. I knew he'd beat Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and close the distance. I honestly thought he'd go the distance. He hurt the guy. Same thing versus Colby Covington. It's a cut stoppage. I didn't even remember it that way, which is crazy. That's my own issue, right? What I like here, right? Hear me out. If you're not playing money line on Kamaru Usman plus 230, it's Joaquin Buckley round 4-5 decision on FanDuel at I think plus 145. Joaquin Buckley is at its career trajectory is going in a different direction, right? I have no idea where Kamaru Usman's knees are at. He's got all these aspirations of winning the title and moving up. It's giving me Chris Weidman, and I know these are way different levels of chin, but like the level of delusion where you think you're going. You need to be focused on where you're at. Joaquin Buckley works unbelievably hard. I'm going with Joaquin Buckley. I like 4-5 decision. Dan Levy, tell me why. Dan Levy, tell me why I'm wrong.
I will when it's time to, but I mean, I guess devil's advocate. Do you not think Buckley can get it done earlier?
I really trust Usman's durability. I trust his heart. He's a fucking dog. And that's why he's honestly a plus 230. If you're taking the shot, I respect it, but I'm not sure I'm going to.
Yeah, no, I got you, man. I mean, I definitely think Buckley's catching him at a good time, but when you talk about betting, price is everything. And like when we bet, Buckley against Luque, what odds did we get? It definitely wasn't this. And, it's just been a while. So I forget what the odds were, but it definitely wasn't this. And then against Wonderboy, it definitely wasn't this. And against Colby, it might have been close to this, but it wasn't this. So we got to pay a premium here against the best guy he's fought in this run. However, he's catching this best guy at an incredible time, Like, for example, Kamaru Usman hasn't won a fight since 2021, my friends. And he's one of those guys that had the long win streak, like Anderson Silva, where, he had that aura of invincibility, excuse me. And people were saying that he's the GOAT. Now, Anderson, in my opinion, was the GOAT, but I never thought Kamaru was the GOAT. However, when you're in those kind of conversations and then you take such a devastating setback, like a head kick KO where, you're stiff on the canvas for like 5 minutes straight, unconscious, you don't come back the same. And that's just, the fight game is brutal. You saw him super gun shy in that rematch against Leon, the trilogy. And then the Kamaru fight, speaking of aura of invincibility, I feel like Hamzat has that. So when Usman had a little bit of success, people kind of overblew it a little bit. So I'm gonna go Buckley, but I need a better price, gentlemen.
So I tried to give you one, Mr. Dan Levy. Do you not like 4-5 decision?
What's the number though?
Plus 145, I believe.
Yeah.
Not enough.
I don't know. I don't know. Let's wait. Maybe some Usman money comes in. We get the price we want. Let's see what happens.
I would like that.
The authorities are on their way to collect the guru. Hang tight, people. We got
I
him.
got the lights. Apparently, guys, when you enter the room, generally there's a light switch you
Wow.
can hit, and it
Wow, you
turns
can
on
hit
the
that?
lights. Yeah, apparently.
Wow,
So,
that's
but like
incredible.
but it turned on the lamp, so it must control the outlet.
The
I don't.
outlet,
I
yes.
am not an electrician.
Well, the good news, the guru is not an electrician. You don't have to worry about that. The world will not burn down. But yeah, ultimately, I think you guys are right. You probably don't have to play the dog here, but it's a little sketchy. It's a little out.
It's
a little
very
wild.
sketchy.
I'll be talking to Grandma.
But
we're finding
if
a
you
good
want
prop.
if you want to talk about playing dogs, we probably should get to the next fight.
Did someone say pickles? We've got Thug Rose Namajunas versus Miranda Fear the Maverick. Maverick number 1 on this card, or is it number 2? I guess what order you want to say. But minus 238 on the Thug Rose side. We got plus 195 on the Maverick side. There's a lot of interesting factors to this.
I just want to know where Goose is. I don't know. Where's Goose?
The Golden Goose. Well, let's see here. Shout out, Mr. Maybe was he in Mission Impossible as well? Is that the issue? But all right, in this fight, minus
his lights back. He paid the light bill.
That's it. He covered it. Take out the light switch first. Get this guy. Now we can see the Oreos on his shirt. This is incredible.
Oh man. They're going after him.
They're going after him. Oh yeah. All right. So
listen,
my question here. Yes.
They call me Ranch because I be dressing.
No, please.
Okay.
Please don't do that. No, thank you. Don't. Let's not encourage this. My question here is, how dumb is Miranda Maverick? Quite frankly, I just need to know.
Wait. No. Is that your actual question for handicapping this fight? Because then I don't want my plus 230 ticket anymore.
But you got to tell us why you think that. Why you think that?
So, because I know she's not very intelligent, but that I know.
But tell us why. Tell us why.
I'm just not sure she fights.
She's a Midwestern Bible toting, pickle selling, OnlyFans toting, whatever. I just need her to wrestle.
That's
I need
my
her to
question.
wrestle for a decision. She should go out there. She should go out there and do it. And at plus 2, what did I have? Plus 230, plus 240. I feel okay, but I am starting to get a little nervous.
Yeah, and what I'm extremely nervous about is the stick and move, and Miranda just happy to just be on the feet if she's not in danger sometimes. And I need her to push into the clinch. I need her to go for takedowns. And the reasons why I actually kind of feel okay about it in taking a wide dog shot here is, one, Miranda went out of her way to train with Rose, now fighting Rose. And with Rose, the mental game is absolutely gigantic. So for her to have trained with somebody, it's either going to have her be like, what the hell, you tried to come in, and it's just because she's going to be like locked in as ever, or it's going to be like, oh, I know this person. Like, do I want to hurt them? Like, is she going to be timid? Are the takedown attempts going to mute the output? And for plus 230, I'm willing to try to find out if Miranda Maverick knows how to stick to a game plan. And if she really has title aspirations, and she, what was it? Isn't she going for like her doctorate or something as well, all at the same time? Like, she is technically a smart person. I just don't know if she can fight to a smart game plan.
Okay, so here's the thing. You can't – I really can't put schooling on there because she was doing like the master's program while coming up through the UFC here. So if she's continuing schooling, to me, that's just kind of who she is.
I was just saying she's a smart person.
Right.
She's a smart person.
So to me,
and we've gone full spectrum from she's a dumb person to she's a smart person. We're making progress.
Okay, so Dan Levy, as somebody that's been handicapping fights for, a very long time. Shit, I'm old, but you're older. So if you've been handicapping fights for that long, right? It's like the difference between like legitimate test IQ and fight IQ. Like a girl has obviously got a relatively decent head on her shoulders, but she's a Bible toting, pickle selling, whatever's out. But sometimes
it's good for fighters to be a little dumb.
Is she going to wrestle Dan
Yeah.
Levy? And if she does, how soon will she get to it? Please tell me.
I don't know, because I mean, listen, man.
Fuck.
She did some sneaky stuff too, like goes to Colorado, trains with Rose, absorbs all of Rose's secrets, leaves Colorado, calls the UFC. Yeah, I'm ready to fight her. It's like, what does she know that we don't know? So I'm curious. And I don't need a lot of convincing because I did take Carolina at plus 215 against Rose in Atlanta, gentlemen. But I don't know. I don't trust Maverick, but y'all do bring up some compelling arguments. But I just kind of think Rose is on a different level, but it does have potential to be close. Let's just see, like y'all said, if Maverick follows the requisite game plan and kind of gives Rose that fear of the takedown and makes her gun shy, et cetera, et cetera. So
I just feel like when you look back, it's like, how does Rose win this fight? She's gonna get the knockout versus Zhang Wei. No.
Light her up on the feet. She got way faster hands.
So it's decision equity.
Yeah, I mean it's a flyweight fight,
Right, which is why to me, right, if it's
Guru, you
decision
gotta
equity,
let this man cook once in a while.
No, he's cooking. My man is cooking. You kidding me? He's answering exactly what I'm saying. It's decision equity in Rose, and like we've said on this show a million times, if it's north of minus 200, we're not interested.
Maverick's only decision equity too.
Right, but at least we're taking a dog shot.
Yeah, but like if she gets 30-27, then what? But I'm not saying that's what's going to happen.
No, you're right. You're right, 100%. And that's why we're definitely not risking the farm here, but we're going to take a shot.
We'll risk the pickle shot.
We'll take it.
Dan, was there any other thoughts you had here?
I mean, I think I expressed what I thought. I'm going Rose, but I wish y'all, the best of luck on this one, and I hope it cashes because, and I hope it cashes violently as well. So good luck, guys.
Hey, man, I hope you get a good show at the Live in the Arena.
Yeah, sure. Definitely. I'm expecting split decision robbery. Let's go, Maverick.
Yeah, if that's what you're expecting, then at that price, you're hopefully getting your money's worth.
Exactly.
Max bet 11 unit season. Throw it on Bet MMA.
All
right, we've got the Golden Boy Edmund Shabazian minus 180 versus Andre the Giant Petrosky plus 150. These guys got to start getting their own nicknames on the UFC, or I'm going to keep on doing it. So, what I'm really curious about here is
why the Giant? That's terrible.
Because
awful. It's awful.
He's not that tall, but he invokes like the musculature.
It's awful.
I don't think it's that bad.
But we got really bad.
Right. You just love saying that because
I know you. Do I give you your flowers or not? Do I give you your flowers when they're good or not?
This is why we have a mediator. This is why we have a mediator in the middle. This is why it's not me, then Guru, then exactly. Yes.
You can tell these guys have known each other for a long time. You love to see it.
That's the thing, and we watch the fights together every weekend. So you're getting organic best friend vibes here. I hope you guys enjoy it because it doesn't get any better than this. Andre, get off me, Petrosky. That's pretty good. Andre Iliak Crest Petrosky just asked.
See, that's so much fun. That's so much fucking better. It's thought and effort. And Benino is literally giving some. You gave none, which is fine. But if nicknames are gonna be your shtick, give me something. Andre
Bad
the Giant,
nicknames are part of it. Bad nicknames are part of it, though, because it makes you upset, and this is the entertainment.
I
got a bad one. I got a bad one.
Please give it to us, Dan. Please, I need it.
Andre the Hip Crusher Petrosky.
Yes, thank you.
I mean, dude, he crushed Malkoun's hip, with his temple.
I still like Benino's better, but it's so much better than TB's. It doesn't even matter.
Fair enough.
I like the Giant. I'm going with the Giant. I don't know. I thought it was clever.
I thought it was good, man. It's like the wrestler, right?
So it was good,
Exactly. And it's like the wrestler, and he's got gigantic traps, but he's very small. You know what I mean? Anywho, now that Guru has gotten sad about a few things with me and nicknames, welcome to the show. This happens every week. Minus 180 on Shabazian, plus 150 Petrosky. Ultimately, this is like the flip of the coin matchup of a lifetime. And they just booked another one coming up too. Because either Edmund Shabazian's doing his thing here and he's doing it early, or Petrosky's going to find some type of way to put it on round 2, round 3. And I just trust him a little bit more as the fight goes on. Not necessarily to even finish Edmund Shabazian, which is the funniest thing. But if we are in round 2 and Petrosky hasn't been knocked out yet, I got to imagine it's because he's having some level of success getting to the clinch and getting his takedowns going. So I have a little bet on CLV that I could get a cash out for and be okay. So I have a feeling that live betting Petrosky is probably the better option. Having like a round 1 or Edmund Shabazian under 1.5 and knockout, something like that. And then you get in on little live action on Petrosky when that doesn't happen. It's just this fight literally could. Those are the two ways it plays out in my mind. So
Very binary.
Tell me where I'm wrong.
No, you're not. It's very, very binary. It's really what you have the medal for and what you honestly predict to happen. Honestly, I think Andre Petrosky is functional enough on the feet. Could he absolutely go down? I was live in the arena when he went down to the hip of Jacob Malkoun.
And you want to know something else, Guru? I'm going to be live in the arena when he goes down to Edmund Shabazian in the first round.
It's fair. Yeah, he probably does. I mean, his power, I just don't necessarily expect Andre to be able to get enough takedowns. What price did we get, TB?
It was 165. I have a positive money cash out right now.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting. The point is, I'm not necessarily interested in gambling in either side. I'm not sure that there's too much money to be made, especially with just how volatile it is. But if you love risking money and seeing whatever the fuck happens, shit, why not?
Man, I just don't think Petrosky's like imposing enough, you know? The Frem fight, the Budka fight, just so underwhelming. Like,
yeah,
Edmund looks like a world beater in that first round. And I know, you know, stuff gets sketchy after the first round, but
true.
Petrosky's just not that threatening. So maybe he can get a sub, maybe he can lay and pray. I sure as hell hope that doesn't happen, you know, being that I'm going to be in attendance.
Do you think he like Abdul Razak Al-Hassan? Like, you think he's just like more physical, more powerful, and it's just like he walks him down and
yes, but instead of like Razak, who's just winging like with his eyes closed, I think Edmund will be a little more technical, establish his range, his jab.
That's definitely fair.
Because like Edmund looks crisp early on. Like you saw that Brad Tavares fight, like that head kick was so nicely disguised. It's just,
I thought he was a title contender after that. You remember that on that fucking was it the BMF card night? That was BMF card night, right?
When you come into the UFC at that age, it's crazy, you know. And you guys got to think about this. You know, he's only like 27, right? So, I mean, there's still time. You know, he's just had to pay dues the hard way. So we'll see. We'll see how he develops. But all that being said, I got him over Petrosky, and I got him by first round finish.
So same game parlay I cooked up on DraftKings, Edmund Shabazian under 1.5 and by knockout plus 230. I think I'm talking to grandma and see if she can spare a couple coins and I'll place that bet. I think it sounds like a good time to me. And if not, you're going to get Petrosky probably like plus 500 at some point in the first round if you really think he could turn it around. But yeah, maybe he survives the first, but yeah, the under 1.5 covers it.
I think to that point makes me not really as interested in the money line as I may have originally been, because the money line bet is going to die very early.
Yeah, he's not going to look like the better striker to start.
Yeah, I don't want it.
It's truly if Edmund quits once again, here I am falling into pieces. Edmund Shabazian. Oh my God, and we're on to Cody No Love Garbrandt plus 164. That's not an accurate representation. No 21 Savage knife tattoo over his eye. So we need to update that picture, UFC. And then versus Howney Barcelos minus 198. Howney the bar boy Barcelos over 2.5 minus 130, under 2.5 plus 100. I lean towards the idea that, you know, Cody's basically going to be trying to avoid a real fight.
Did this guy's power go out?
I think so. I think Ice finally got him. Oh, there he is. He's back. All right, good. Perfect. Shalom. We made it. All right. So, No Love plus 164. I would be nervous to really have a lot of trust in either guy, but I am really interested in the under here. I think both guys are live to get finished. Cody's still got super fast hands offensively, and he's got countering ability. And Barcelos, I think, I don't think he's quite as physical or as strong as we saw with Figgy. But if Garbrandt is getting, considerably more cooked as time goes on, then we can only assume that if this fight does get into the wrestling and grappling over a long period, we could see a submission on that end. And if Cody decides to get into a brawl, anybody could put a licking on the chin of Cody Garbrandt. So under 2.5 has a lot of interest to me at plus 100. As far as taking a side, I think Barcelos has more ways to get it done, but I think, Cody could definitely land a nice shot at some point. So not really too heavy on a side, but I will take the under. Guru?
As a spectator, I cannot wait for this fight. I remember a specific Facebook post I had posted back in the day. I had said Cody Garbrandt is Conor McGregor 2.0, which was right after the Dominic Cruz fight. And it's just like the expectations were sky high for Cody Garbrandt. But the truth is that his chin and his injuries and honestly questionable decisions, look at his tattoos. I have no idea what to expect from Cody Garbrandt. And Hany Barcelos has just been up and down in terms of, is he washed? Is he not? What does he have left to offer? Cody Garbrandt is this size of a dog, always relatively interests me, but it's fight IQ, it's durability. There's really nothing I'm super interested in other than kind of what TV is talking about and possibly considering an under. But I again, as a spectator, cannot wait to watch. As a bettor, I think I'm holding on to my wallet.
Yeah, I was initially not going to bet it, but I'm on Ione, man. I haven't moved in yet, but after hearing Cody Garbrandt's interview, I don't know if y'all heard it, but he says he's been suffering from vertigo. Instant red flag. Like, if you suffer from vertigo, you should not be taking punches to the head, period. That's just the bottom line. Pulled out of a fight with Miles Johns on fight week because of vertigo. Was like throwing up backstage after the Figgy fight because of vertigo. And, had to go through some like insane process. Yeah, bro. I respect Cody. I hope he's okay. But this is a brutal game. And when you get info like that, which he put out himself, it is what it is. I got to go Ione here. And, give me Ione Barcelos.
All right, I turned into a parlay piece.
No, so I appreciate that. And this is why I will continue to get better as a handicapper, because I actually did put on that interview and I heard the vertigo, and it certainly was concerning to me. But just in the way that you put it, 100%. I mean, listen, brain injury.
Watch Cody get a knockout, and we all look like idiots, right? Like, because I've gotten inside info before. No, I mean, this isn't even inside info, but no, I've done narrative-based betting before, and like it can bite you in the ass. But
that's why I love the under. We get the under plus money, and it even saves us from that Cody. He's dead, and he throws the Hail Mary from Jesus.
I don't know. I got to go Barcelos on principle.
Yeah,
I love the disrespect. I love it.
No, I feel it, and honestly, working at like a PT clinic where I see a lot of patients that have this specific issue, taking punches to the head or even going through a weight cut. We might not even see this one make it to fight.
Hey, don't say that. Don't say that. I'm going to be there. We're going to see.
I do apologize. We will see this fight make it to fight night.
We will see this fight.
Yes. All right. So I take that back. But, I'm just saying, guys, Cody, nothing would surprise me at this juncture with this.
Listen, your card is better than our pay-per-view that we just had. So other than the title fight, maybe.
We've
see how it plays out.
We've got the answer. Mansur Abdul Malik.
Hold on. You can't do Frankie Edgar like that.
I was thinking even Allen Iverson,
Damn, y'all are from Frankie Edgar's backyard, and you're gonna do the legend like that? That's messed up, guys.
He has to carry the torch. Who better than Mansur? You know what I mean?
No, true. I will say that Mansur, he's a future champ.
That's what I was gonna say. I mean, if you're asking the question, he might just be the Mansur. You know what I mean? So
I stand down. I stand down.
that's all right. I appreciate the thought,
I
though.
stand corrected.
I appreciate the thought, but you might not like this one. We've got Cody. Watch the back of the head, Brundage. Plus 550. I think that there's a good chance before this fight ends that the ref is telling Mansour Abdul Malik to watch the back of the head. I'm pretty sure Mansour is going to be landing a strike on the feet that drops Cody to the mat or diving for a desperation single. Mansour is going to be throwing some hammer fists. He might get close to the back of the head because Cody loves tucking that thing away. But yeah, I mean, this is clearly add him to the under 1.5, parlay of the week. There's probably a couple options. We'll get to a few more in that case, or at least one more. And I think you could just take Mansour, under 0.5. Like, I think this is happening in 2.5 minutes or less, guys. I think Dan Levy is going to be standing out of his seat, going crazy. This is like the Jew last week, Jew Sung Woo.
Oh man,
yeah,
that
Jew
kid's
power,
awesome.
Jew power,
awesome.
baby. So
I
I'm just saying,
I got it. Here,
okay.
So this is why if you're gonna see me coming in and out of camera a lot, I'm doing everything off my phone right now, ladies and gentlemen. I want Mansour round 1 plus 100 on FanDuel. He's going to smash him, and I don't want to pick which way. I'm just thinking that it happens in under 5 minutes.
I was thinking 2.5 minutes. Dan, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking Mansour is my top prospect at middleweight, gentlemen. And they got 2 of my top prospects on this card, Mansour and Malcolm. It just sucks that
we love Malcolm.
minus 800 and minus 2,000, man. So we got to get creative on these. What do y'all have in mind, man? I mean, like,
what do you think about Mansour round 1 at plus money? We're going to double up. Tell me a quicker way to double up your money in 5 minutes legally, and I'm listening. Exactly.
Yeah, I know. I got you. But hold on. What plus money are we talking? What plus money are we talking?
Plus 100. Double it up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah, but you're
minus 800.
Plus 100 FanDuel. Tell me a quicker way to double up your money in 5 minutes legally. You hit me in the DMs. I am listening.
Malcolm Wellmaker. That's the other way because that's plus 110.
Yeah. Very
Shit.
nice.
No, see, now I'm parlaying them.
Doing both. Doing both and doing together because I think we see stars shining bright. They're going to get a little extra time in the octagon to cut a promo because of how fast they got the knockout.
What an incredible interview with Dan Levy and Malcolm Wellmaker. I mean,
yeah,
I like to think that we've had some chemistry with people that we've interviewed, but I mean, Dan Levy smashed that interview. What a wonderful interview to watch.
Well, I mean, Malcolm is the man,
He really is.
He makes it easy,
Yeah, he's awesome.
So just like Mansour is going to smash Cody, I think we smash this fight, right?
Let's go.
All right, beautiful. Live every Thursday, 8 o'clock. Join us for the fun. We bring a mediator every week for the Guru and TB's aired out sessions. And I hope you guys enjoy the process because we really do have a great time. So support us. Best bets, best guess, always free. Do the right thing and throw a like. I'm pretty messed up and sad inside if you haven't already, but there's a quick way to fix that. So, oh my God. Yeah. See, look what happened to the Guru when I said that you hadn't liked the video already, people.
It's very upsetting.
All right. Oh, man, I'm going to get yelled at for this one. Okay. We've got Atomic Alonzo Menafield versus Umar from Sea to Shining Sea.
No, it's so stupid. I love it. That's
it's pretty. I knew it was terrible. I needed.
Because you did a little bit of thinking. There has to be some sort of thought that comes to that. I like that.
All right. So in this matchup, we've got Menafield plus 500. One of our oldest
Shining Sea.
minus 700. I will tell you, though, this isn't on my list of unders to play. I truly think that, he's a very technical striker. I don't think he's necessarily got the death kiss on the feet. What I do think has. Yeah. Death touch.
What fight is this?
I don't know. Maybe just looking at the stared off, maybe things are happening. You never know. But thank you, Rem
sure?
Dog. I appreciate that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you sure? I mean,
no.
I've watched Umar Sy get rocked. And I feel like Alonzo Menafield is a glass cannon.
Yeah, but
you just I
Carlos
get
Ulberg,
it.
He's a lot better striker than Umar Sy. He's a lot better power than Umar C.
So, I feel like to that point, it could almost create more damage because they don't even know what they're doing with what they have.
Azamat Mirzakhanov took until 3 minutes and 18 seconds in the second round to knock out Alonzo Menafield. And if Alonzo fights to a similar game plan as we saw in the Mirzakhanov fight, as we saw in the Julius Walker fight, as we saw in the Dustin Jacoby fight, as we saw in,
You're right.
Those are the ones that went well for him. Obviously, Jimmy Crute fights were sketchy. Carlos Ulberg, he follows the Pat Barry method of running face first into the youngest person he finds.
Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last part you said.
No, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
I love that fight where he runs straight into him and then he leaves his fucking camp. I love that.
He goes full, you know what?
I love that.
Yes.
What a great movie.
So ultimately, I really think that if anything, and it's very difficult to land takedowns on a consistent basis against Alonzo Menafield. So I really think that the guy that has a 4-inch height advantage and like a 7-inch reach advantage, but not necessarily a very big power advantage. And also, let's look back at Umar C's last fight. He's very happy to take Dawoon Jung with only 3 minutes of control and outland him 97-36. I think it's going to be closer margins in the striking, but we still get a Umar C decision, honestly. That's my projection on this fight. Is that not only over 1.5, but we're going the whole way, and C by decision is only plus 225. I think it's happening. I think that's what we get.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I think about Umar. I still got to see.
Oh no! Nice. Okay, well done. That was wonderful.
Too bad Guru wasn't here to experience it. But listen, guys, I'm being honest. I really don't know. I mean, Menafield is more experienced at the UFC level.
Oh, I heard it. I'm here because I'm doing everything on one thing. I'm listening still. That was a good one.
I'm very proud of this Peter for making it.
Do you have any kids? Because that was one of the best dad jokes I've heard in a while.
Besides you two?
Oh
my God.
Don't make us come take a selfie with you in Atlanta with our elbows on your shoulder because we are taller than you.
All right, Guru. Sometimes children grow taller than their parents, but let's keep this party rolling.
No, he's I love Dan Levy. Honestly, I think Dan Levy is secretly the big brother I never had. He has to tease me. I honestly love it. So,
hey, would you guys come to the gym and grapple with me too?
No, I would. Yes, I would. So you could laugh at how quickly you would toss me around because I have never grappled.
So I actually have family. I think in Atlanta, there's cousins. Unfortunately, the one cousin had passed away, but I do have family there. They always have the option open to visit. When I do go down there to see them, someone will be getting a message, and I would love to show up. And you'll probably mop the floor with me, but it would be an honor. I hope I can do you proud.
What are the chances you show up tomorrow for the fights?
Not
0%.
great.
I mean,
really,
tomorrow. Sorry, tomorrow's the weigh-ins.
No,
Saturday for the fights.
So it's not great from a PTO perspective, and we went to last week's fights because it was in Jersey in our hometown. So if this was like a little more spread out,
nothing would turn me on more than getting mopped by Dan Levy.
Hey, guys in the chat, do y'all want to see these two at UFC Atlanta this weekend? I mean, they're in the East Coast. It's not that long of a drive.
I think
you can get a round trip ticket.
I think all of a sudden you're doing a 2-ticket giveaway to UFC Atlanta for your favorite followers.
So you're saying you'll consider it?
All you have to do is like and retweet Dan Levy's last post, and we're all of a sudden random followers are getting we're coming. We're interviewing Malcolm Wellmaker. It's coming. Thank you so much, Dan Levy.
Yes, sir.
Incredible.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Half the Battle podcast for the tickets to UFC Atlanta.
Hey, so you're saying there's a chance?
The new sponsor of Chronic Combat Conversations is Half the Battle podcast. Due to the tickets he's sending us. Dan, you're the best. Unbelievable. All right, let me know when we're getting those, brother.
So how do you see this one going?
Whose turn is it anyways?
Dan, you were in the middle of it and we went off the rails.
Yeah, I don't even know, man. I mean, I think C should get it done. Like, Menafield's shown he can have 50-50 fights with newcomers, and C's slightly above that level. But like I said, with Umar, I still need to see. So yeah, but give me C though. It's just like minus 700 though, man. Like, like what am I supposed to do with that? So yeah, pray for violence. Yeah, that's it.
And
I think
then,
okay, yeah.
and then the guru, do you still have a take on this fight? There he is. Okay.
Oh, interesting. What is similarly Umar C at round 1?
Oh God, I don't like that, honestly.
I'm
Do you
just
think
looking.
real quick, do you think he's
I'm just
more
looking at the
likely to
round
win
props.
by decision or excuse me, by submission or knockout in round 1?
I think it'd be honestly more likely for club and sub, especially round 1.
Why'd you turn off your camera?
Because, like I've said probably 3 times, I'm doing this all from one fucking medium, and I'm doing this all from my phone. I have no laptop. I'm 0% prepared.
I cannot believe this guy made it.
Yeah, it's
but he
actually
made it.
incredible. You know what's interesting to me? Alonzo Menifield round 1 KO at plus 2,900.
Guru,
What
what's
the
your
fuck is
GoFundMe?
Yeah.
What's your Cash App?
It's Guru Scouting MMA.
I got you.
All right.
I love it, man. No, honestly, I still don't really love this fight.
Yeah, and
any sort of reason.
And we will move on for that reason to another fight that honestly, what are we doing here? Why is this
I don't if you guys know me, I really do not like to bet rebookings. Like
Yeah.
I loved the fight goes the distance in the Gastel and Pfeiffer fight, and I went against my better judgment and didn't bet it because it's a rebooking. So I'm pulling myself out of this one.
Fair enough. And Guru never pulls out, but on this case, he is.
Never.
No bet on this fight.
Ever.
So, and is he a trader or does that just mean tractor in Portuguese? But Rodolfo,
tractor.
Exactly, yeah. Rodolfo Bolato and the Bear Jew, Paul Craig, Jew Power. He's not actually Jewish. That's okay. We appreciate you very much. In this fight, I mean, Bolato, if he doesn't take care of business as far as avoiding the ground at all costs, things can get extremely sketchy for him. As long as he follows that code, he'll be okay. I'm just not willing to find out at this price. And quite frankly, while I just have no idea with the over under 1.5 here, this is just a pass for me. I agree. Dan, do you have any other feelings?
Not really. I mean, Paul Craig's kind of been figured out, and Bolato, he does have a lot of weaknesses, but Paul Craig, like, he hasn't rounded out his game, so I don't think he's much of a threat on the feet where, Bolato's kind of vulnerable at times with that marauding Brazilian, banger type style he's got. So I think it's going to be a lot of calf kicks by Bolato and then some big shots up top, and then I think he gets a knockout.
Yeah, I agree. And it's going to be goofy. It's going to be the funniest knockout you've ever seen. And I hope Dan's enjoying it live in the crowd.
I hope y'all two are enjoying it with me.
That's it. Hey, listen, you never know. With the Guru especially. All right, well, so we got Michael the Maverick Chiesa minus 345 versus Court the Crusher McGee plus 275. Court's in extremely dangerous territory. Last fight, I almost was going to take away his nickname if he couldn't beat Tim Means. We were going to have to change it. He keeps it for another fight. Over 2.5 here. It's calling my name. I feel like this is just going to be a couple guys wrestling, scrambling around with each other for 15 minutes, stalemating. No idea. Chiesa should win, but how many times has he just decided not to win in his career? And that's another one is like, dude, for someone that's so good at offensively grappling, he just makes so many bad decisions from a defensive perspective. So, dude, would I ever want to trust Chiesa as a minus 345 against a guy where, like, Court is tough. He's a good enough grappler. It's just, yeah, there should be some physical advantages for Chiesa. He is a little younger, a little bit. But, I mean, Court came in last fight looking in great shape. So, believe me, I'm not adding this to my parlay sheet. If anything, I love uncles fighting in the backyard at the barbecue. Fight goes.
Listen to me. I've got 2 smart things to say.
Okay.
Number 1, stay hydrated. Water's
Okay.
very, very important for you.
Solidly done. All right.
Number 2, take a nice grandma's couch cushion sprinkle on Court McGee by decision at plus 500.
Yeah, that's
I'm
probably
done.
how it
That's it.
happened. Fair enough.
care.
Dan?
Yeah, I mean, prime for prime, Chiesa wins this. He was ranked in 2 separate weight classes, and he like defies logic because his stand-up hasn't really caught up. But I mean, I was like, what's he gonna do to Beneil Dariush? And then he chokes him out. What's he gonna do to a prime RDA? And then he wrestle fucks him. So here I'm like, what's he gonna do to Court McGee? So watch him be the first man to tap out Court McGee. What's Chiesa by sub? Let's look it up.
It would have to be sub round 1, by the way. So if I want the sub, it's got to be sub.
Why would it have to be round 1? I mean, his last fight was a round 3 sub, right?
Yeah. It's plus 200 on DraftKings.
And the Beneil one was a round 1 sub, so he's dangerous at all times.
I just feel like round 1's more dangerous. What was the last fight? Was round 3? Was
Max Payne Griffin.
Right, who's super, super tough. I think if you're getting Court McGee, you're getting him early. Otherwise, he's settled in and comfortable in the wrestling and the grappling at that point.
Chiesa by sub's only plus 200. That's trash. So maybe
right. So what's round 1 sub?
I'll look in a second, but Chiesa by TKO plus 1100 in terms of like a ground and pound TKO, that'd be cool. And you know, he floored Masvidal on the feet back in the day, and he does have some underrated ground and pound. So, but you said round 1 sub. Is that what you were asking me?
Or
just please and thank you, Papa Levy.
I mean, just round 1 is plus 375, but let me see round 1 sub. Hold on.
Yes, I want.
Hey, it's the number you like. Plus 500.
Wow.
It was meant to be. It was meant to be.
A little sprinkle on both, and it's no real units invested, and I can win with both guys. To me, highest percentage win chance. I'm having a great time.
It was like last week. I had Sergey Spivak, but I did end up taking Waldo by decision plus 700.
Thank you. I'll take a little victory lap. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, ultimately we move along because it's probably Chiesa here, but I'm a little sketched out. Talk about some wide money lines, but quite frankly, Dan Levy, why don't you take this one away? I think you
so well deserving. What an awesome guy.
Hey, real quick, let me say this. Everybody's been listening to me talk about Wellmaker. I want to hear what y'all two got to say about Wellmaker. Like, do y'all consider him the same kind of prospect that I do? Am I overhyping him? Like what do y'all honestly? And don't just say nice things because I'm here. Tell me what y'all honestly think.
Let me go first, and I'm gonna let TV take it home. So for me, he's getting priced even money versus Cameron Simon. I remember him knocking out the guy in Dana White Contender Series. Dude is fantastic. Tattoos, shape, love it all. Very exciting fighter. I'm like, Cameron Simon taking some time off. TB, are you sure? Guru, if you know fucking anything about anything, Wellmaker's gonna kill this guy. I'm like, TB, you're sure? 5 units. Okay, we in. Man, he kicked his ass. I love what I see from this guy. He's hungry. He's got the energy. He's got the personality. He's friends with Dan Tom. Excuse me. Friends with, maybe he might even be friends with Dan Levy too. But Malcolm Wellmaker, absolutely going to get it done. So it's just really how.
A round 1 KO plus 110.
That's really what I would expect.
It's round 1 KO. You could lay that 1-2 along with the Mansour.
Matina looks old. He looks old and weathered when I saw him.
For sure. Yeah. The only thing, I mean, I need to go back and watch his most recent regional fights. I mean, don't get me wrong. Malcolm's going to kill this guy, but I just want to watch if he at all tries to initiate any kind of like cage pushing, only because he could potentially stall enough clock to get to round 2. Because like I think I bet McGregor round 1 against Seaver. I was like, there's no way Seaver gets to round 2. And then he killed Seaver in round 2, like a minute and like a half into round 2 or something. So like I think the under barely cashed or it just missed. I don't remember. It's been a minute, but like, I don't want it to be a situation like that where like, the the guy's so outmatched, but like for whatever reason, he survives into round 2. So I just need to confirm that this guy doesn't have any kind of cage pushing. But dude, I feel you. Like, you see the pictures of him, and I mean, fuck the pictures of him. I mean, you see his fighting style. Like, I respect the take one to give one. I respect trying to cook guys, but what does that mean? That means you're throwing volume. That means you're trying to eat their hardest shot and keep walking forward. And I love it, but like, don't do that against Malcolm. Do not eat Malcolm's hardest shot and keep trying to walk forward. I mean, do it because I want this, I want Malcolm to win, but like I'm saying, if you're game planning to fight Malcolm, don't do that, And I think Chris is going to do that. I think it's going to cost him. I'm talking about a minus 2,000 favorite here, gentlemen, but like, take the odds aside. I think you're looking at the best prospect that's ever come out of Georgia, first of all. And, we produced UFC world champion Forrest Griffin, WEC world champion Brian Bowles, Bellator world champion Douglas Lima. Now, I know people might debate that because he was born in Brazil, but y'all know Douglas Lima went to like high school in Georgia and like started his career here in Georgia. So just saying, we've produced some champions, and this guy's the best talent we've ever had. So I think we got something with this guy, and I think the UFC know what they got as well. So yeah, and y'all should check out the shirt he dropped. Not to like promote other stuff, but like, dude, he's got a sick shirt. And if y'all are cool with it, I can drop the link in the description just so y'all can check it out. If y'all like it,
give it a go. This is what I say: you bet the money that you're gonna spend on this shirt on him by round 1 KO. He wins. You take your winnings. You put it on the shirt. That's
100%. And to answer the question also from earlier, as far as like covering up the Chronic Combat breakdown of Malcolm Wellmaker, I think he's the goods. He's got everything. The only thing that you can really take away from him is his current age, which he can't. Well, just because I'm saying, like, from a total trajectory.
How old's the champ in that weight class?
This is Marab. We're what, 35, 36. So,
okay, so what's the big deal?
So not a big deal, and that's the thing. I truly don't think anything is going to hold him back from making a run. I just wish we could have seen him at 26.
But he wasn't ready at 26.
No, and of course. So it's a greedy thing. I was just wishing we could have
I saw him at 26. I saw him at 26 in the NFC knocking fools out, and it was amazing. And it was like, wow, this guy's got so much potential. But you got to understand, he didn't walk into the gym until he was 22, right? So, and when he did, like at 22 years old, they were like, oh my God, look at the talent we got on our hands. So yeah, like I know he's 31, but like, I mean, he's a young 31, So yeah.
No, I agree. And I don't think it hurts anything with him right now or over the next 5 years. I'm just like,
it's tread. Hey, it's tread on the top. It's tread on.
I didn't even get a chance to break down the fight yet.
Look at Yoel Romero at 37. Not even sure what you're talking about.
Look at Yoel in his 40s, man.
Exactly. I'm not even sure what you're talking about with age. Tell me what you think about this fight, not what you wish you would have saw.
Damn, Guru. Hey, I'm not gonna say nothing on that one. Go ahead, TV.
Yeah, he's not helpful. I already told him to stop interrupting. So, anyways. Malcolm Wellmaker going into that last fight, the question is, if this fight goes deep, is he going to be okay? He had a majority decision in a 5-round fight, blah, blah. If you watch that fight, how was that a majority decision? That's terrible. Like, Pay attention. Do the tape, right? If you watch how he defends takedowns, he's got amazing hips. He's got great athleticism, and he doesn't even let you get in there to get those takedown attempts the majority of the time. Now, if you do, he's got a way to reverse it. He can work to top. He can control you from top position. He can grapple. And also, if you do get him down, if you were lucky enough to actually get him there, well, guess what? He's just going to scramble back up to his feet. And that's what you want to see, because you should have an answer every step of the way when you're in a fight. And I don't see any place where Malcolm doesn't have an answer. So I think he truly is one of the marquee prospects in this division at this point. And you see it not in just the fact that he has early finishes, but that we've seen him go the distance on the regional scene in a 5-round fight. Sometimes it's not going to be your night to put the other guy away. What's it going to look like when you have to go the distance? We already know the answer to that question. Now, At the UFC level, Chris Moutinho, he doesn't belong to be there. He's not actually going to show us anything aside from, it's Chris the Heavy Bag Moutinho. We didn't even get to say a shitty nickname. Thank you, everybody. But ultimately in this fight, I think Malcolm Wellmaker It's just whenever he wants to do it.
Dude,
And
dude,
so
I
that's the
love
question.
the heavy bag nickname. That's awesome. Good.
Yeah,
for
no,
you.
I didn't even get to do it earlier, so
It's
whatever.
great.
I mean,
Anyways,
honestly though, I know it's true, but like Chris, take one for the team Moutinho, because that's
yes,
exactly what he's doing here. He's
So
giving us the opportunity to see Malcolm fight live, because I'm sure you already heard that, people
yes.
turn this fight down, right?
Yes, and I don't think you're at privilege to share any of those details or any of that stuff, but I will say, like, listen, this guy has been begging to fight here.
I put my face back on the screen. Give me a name. I need one name.
I can't do it on air.
No, I love you.
So yeah, ultimately here, I mean, I think we really see Malcolm get tested down the line, but we're just happy to see him fight in his hometown. After UFC Kansas City, the guru said, and I will quote this, there's no way he could make it the turnaround for Atlanta in time. I said, when he kills Simon super fast, they're going to be begging him to fight on UFC Atlanta. So, yeah, and I was definitely driving the train. We took minus 125 for 6 units to win 5. Unfortunately, the line dropped to even money because people don't have brains. I wish I waited in that case. I thought it was going to run to minus 200. It never did. People, yeah. So here we go. We got our next one. Another friend of our friend of the show, Cody Custom Made Durden. He got his own nice nickname upgraded recently versus Jose Calcifer Ochoa. Yeah, this is a super interesting matchup. I think Ochoa, he's talented. He's probably going to be the more wildly effective striker, but at the same time, he just doesn't have the experience here.
No.
And I think Durden is going to show him what happens when you fight an ATT fighter in your second UFC fight and you're 0-1. So I appreciate Guru for just not talking through me on that one. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
That's exactly how I feel. I mean, it is not just that he's friends with our wonderful guest tonight. I mean, I don't necessarily understand the line. This guy needs a quick finish, or just generally a finish in general. And Cody Durden is a freaking dog. You really got to put him out. This is not, Chris Weidman getting put out really quick. I mean, this is somebody that you need to take damage over time. And I expect Cody Durden to get after it. I know Jose Ochoa is dangerous, but generally I don't love his experience level. And in his second fight in the UFC at this price, no way. You gotta show me something. So, dog or pass.
Yeah, I mean, listen, respect to Ochoa, comes out of shoot to box, great camp, but he's actually not Brazilian, he's Peruvian. And I love what these emerging Peruvian fighters have been doing, man. Like, because back in the day, the Peruvian scene just wasn't developed, but now you're seeing some real Peruvian killers. I know there's been like, Enrique Barzola was doing this thing back in the day, but like now we got like Daniel Marcos, we got, Jose Ochoa, Jesus Pinedo. There's more too that I can't think of off the top of my head, but like the Peruvian scene is looking good. So you love to see it. And I like this kid, he comes to fight. He's aggressive. He's hungry. He's well-rounded, and he puts on the kind of fights that the fans want to see. So I think he's got a very, very bright future. But the UFC did not give him an easy fight in his second fight. He's got a battle-tested vet that's been in the rankings, that's, beat guys like Charles Johnson 30-27 times 3, meaning that like Charles Johnson, who's known for winning round 3 in every single fight, did not win round 3 in that fight. So, there's that. He schooled Jake Hadley, destroyed Matt Schnell on 4-day short notice off the couch, while he was drinking beer and eating chicken wings. And then the fights that he lost, listen, man, Josh Van and Tagir Ulanbekov are just simply better than Cody Durden. No harm, no foul. It just is what it is. But the Bruno fight, I didn't walk away thinking Bruno was better. I just thought that Cody got caught in that spot, and it was just unfortunate. But I thought he actually looked good there. And one thing I know, gentlemen, is the last 4 months, Cody's been away from his wife, away from his kids. He's been at ATT Florida in the dorm rooms, like locked in, right? Pantoja is his main training partner. Horiguchi's his main training partner. Rinya Nakamura is his main training partner. So what I can tell you is that he went all in. Now, I don't know what's going to happen in this fight, right? This kid's 10 years younger. He's hungry. Cody's taking some damage. We know that. But but I don't think he's taken so much damage to where we need to start, getting crazy or anything like that. I still think that you got to be on a certain level to beat Cody Durden. He's paid the requisite dues to be in the position he's in, and he's also going to be very hard to beat in Atlanta. And I speak from experience, having commentated, not like in Malcolm's case, I commentated Malcolm's like amateur fights, but with Cody Durden, I commentated his like early pro career, and he's going to be hard to beat in Atlanta. But I think this kid's going to go on and do great things. But Saturday night, I think Cody gives him a vet lesson.
Yeah, I totally agree with that assessment. And, I think Cody, like to your point, being dedicated to that camp, isn't that kind of around when he went on the run against Moda, Charles Johnson, Jake Hadley, when he was at the dorms at ATT? That was when he like made that. Then I feel like, to your point, maybe it wasn't quite the same camp setup for a few of those more recent fights. And Silva, we definitely saw him slow down the stretch. He was handily winning that fight in every metric up until he wasn't. But yeah, I think it's a clear dogger pass. And that's not even just because you're on the show. I just think when you got this type of experience versus 0-1 in the UFC, and yeah, you travel across the world, short notice, blah, blah, blah. But like, you still got to show up and look better in your next fight. And I'm not 100% sure that they're necessarily doing great game planning at the gym he's at right now. It's just like, this guy's built for a war and he's got some horsepower.
Wait, why do you say that though? On just out of curiosity.
Well, like the game planning?
Yeah, the game planning part.
I just feel like I see a lot of guys end up happy to get in. Like, it seems to be a prototype, exciting kickboxing and striking, ending up playing from guard on your back, but not a lot of specifically detailed game plans to taking advantage of your opponent's downsides.
Yeah, no, there's good examples of that. There was that who was the guy that fought Nate Maness and kept going for the leg locks and got pounded out with the blue hair?
Mendoza, right?
Yeah, there was him, blue hair. Lacerda. Was Lacerda from that camp too?
Yes, he is. Yep.
Yeah, so
it's
and there's Rolando Bedoya too. So the question is Ochoa going to be in that category, or is he going to be in the Daniel Santos category, where like he's an actual prospect? And then the upper tier that they got, obviously Ian Gary is now like a full-time member of their team, plus Charles DuBronx Oliveira. So they got a good thing going on, man. And look, no matter what happens here, I still think this kid's gonna have some exciting fights in the UFC. He already has that first one with Kavanaugh. And looking back on it, guys, like, it was at like 5 a.m. in China. So like when I watched it, I was like half asleep. I thought it was this 50-50 fight. But when I rewatched it before this, don't get me wrong, it was still a great fight. But I low-key like walked out thinking that Kavanaugh won like 13 minutes of that fight. And that's not to take anything away from Ochoa at all. It was still a great fight. But maybe that speaks more volumes that Kavanaugh is a legit prospect to keep an eye out for. And didn't they just match up Kavanaugh with someone like a big step up in competition?
100%. I was not impressed to losing a close decision to Kavanaugh. It did not move me a little bit.
Who's Kavanaugh fighting next again?
You're 100% right. I just don't remember the fucking name.
It's a step up in competition. It
absolutely is, and it's in the Azerbaijan card, right? It's
I'm gonna look it up.
Or is it the China card? I can't remember which, but it's a
good fight. He's half Chinese, so I'd assume China, but I'm about to look it up. Hold on. Oh shit, he's fighting Charles Energy Johnson.
Yes, and he actually is probably going to win that fight in China.
It's in China.
I love Charles Johnson. I met him. He's the best. I love Charles Johnson, but goddamn, it's just not a good matchup for him. And he's shown time and time again he won't step on the gas. So
am I frozen?
You are. I think is that the camera?
Yeah. Why is it? That's ridiculous.
And it's hilarious where it froze too. All right. So Dan is going to make his way back, but Guru, any other things to clean up on the dirt and breakdown before we move forward? I don't know if you got your
no. I said I actually think I kicked it off by interjecting that I love Cody Durden, and I still love Cody Durden.
Very good. All right. Very nice. So Dan should be back shortly. We've got Ricky Rampage Simone versus Cameron the Babyface Killer Smotherman. So thank you, Cameron Smotherman, for saving a fight this week so that Dan Levy doesn't get shafted with the cancellation. But Ricky Simone is probably looking to go on a rampage.
Ricky Simone looked terrible. I mean, not Ricky Simone. Sorry. Cameron, and I interjected again. Cameron Smotherman Cameron Smotherman looked terrible in his last fight after looking like a world beater versus Jake Hadley, but it's Jake Hadley. So
Right. Now, I don't think you'll identify it immediately, so I'm just going to answer the question myself. What was the difference there is that Jake Hadley, for some reason, decided, I'm not going to shoot takedowns. And then
Yeah.
when Smotherman fights City, he's a boxer. And he's like, you know what? I watched this guy's regional tape. I'm going to shoot takedowns. So as long as Ricky, listen, last fight had a very beautiful knockout. Don't watch that tape, Ricky. Watch Cameron's regional tape. Watch his fight versus Sergey City. Be like Ricky Simone. Do the right thing this week. Throw a like on the video, and Ricky, you do the right thing, and go ahead and wrestle. And things should end up okay. And even if this is a firefight on the feet, we're probably still looking at Ricky Simone having some success because he has his most difficulty facing guys that are way bigger than him that can stuff all of his takedowns. Otherwise, he's got great cardio. He's got a great chin, and yeah, he has some slip ups here and there, but I don't think Cameron has a wide enough variety of offerings to catch him by surprise and knock him out. So I'll take Simone by any which way. Is he really a parlay of the week? No. I think he could win by sub, though, by like a power arm triangle type of vibe.
Yeah.
If he keeps shooting takedowns, ending up in top position, Smotherman slows down. He's on short notice. I think we get the arm triangle here. That's my call. Guru?
Who's up?
No, I mean, I'm in full agreement. I've never been a Smotherman fan. I'm pissed off I missed him winning in his debut. I fucked that one up. Jake Hadley, like you said, decided not to wrestle. Never been a Smotherman truther. Never will. Ricky Simone should absolutely have him taken care of here. And the sub, I would imagine that we could get, I don't know, plus. Oh, he's minus 520. Shit. Can we even get plus money?
I don't have any props yet on DraftKings for the method, so
My
we'll
goodness.
wait and see what happens.
I would love some plus money. My God, minus 520. That's fucking
The
dangerous.
sub's got to be plus money. It has to be.
Fuck.
And I think I would go sub 2-3 if anything. I think Smotherman can at least survive round one.
I want sub
But
plus
sub
money.
is probably
I am
good
not
enough.
I am not playing with fire there. Minus 520. I mean, that's so dangerous.
Oh yeah,
It's
terrifying.
so dangerous. I think that he's such a threat in the wrestling, and like you said, I don't necessarily trust Smotherman in the striking. I mean, his chin is shit. The reach I would imagine would be a problem for Simone, but he's gonna wrestle, so it shouldn't be he's gonna be too concerned about the takedown. So I do like Simone. I would really what's inside the distance and what's sub. I need to know these things.
All right, so yeah, that won't be dropped yet because it's not on DraftKings at the moment.
But it is not on FanDuel either. So we
yeah, it's on. Yeah, I know.
Please.
All right. So Dan Levy, he should be back. If he doesn't, yeah, he took his power out. Fair enough. Dan, we love you so much. We appreciate you. We've had our own technical and setup difficulties. The fact we've had to have an amazing show today. Yeah. The fact that we got to have an amazing show and breakdown today just warms my soul. So don't worry. He's got Ricky. He's got Phil Rowe. He's got Horth. And we had an absolute blast with Dan today. So shout out to him. And make sure you guys are following him on his YouTube channel. He had an awesome breakdown. And make sure you're following him out there on X and all of his social platforms. He's the man. But Guru, we've got our last two here before we let the people go. We've got the Fresh Prince. It's Uncle Phil. We've got Phil Rowe versus, let me enunciate very carefully. We have Angelosa, the last ninja. All right, perfect.
Dog or pass.
Yeah, it's dog or pass, and I just don't love any of it because Phil Rowe has never won a decision in his career, and Angelosa has never been finished in his career. So quite frankly, I think Angelosa, he probably wins a decision. That's my takeaway. I think he just outvolumes him, and he could probably wrestle him too. Rowe, he could grapple.
What is Angelosa by decision? What is Angelosa by decision?
Plus 100 is the problem.
No. It's Rowe by finish. What's Rowe by finish?
25 finish. Phil Rowe.
Plus
The
320.
guy's never
that was
been
my
finished
guess.
before. Plus 300 on DraftKings.
FanDuel's
Yeah.
gonna be that's what I like. I think he probably subs him. He probably clubs and subs him.
Yeah,
If
I
he
think
gets
Dan
it.
also wins by decision, but it's not the hottest price. Minus
Oh, yeah.
130 money line and plus 100 decision. That's terrible. So I won't do it.
We move along. Dan Levy had technical difficulties at a very interesting point in time, but we appreciate his time on the show.
Yeah, I would have been done with the guru at this point as well, but I'm in for life. We've got the original sin, Jamie Lynn Horth versus Lil Monster, Vanessa Demopoulos. I mean, just an absolute gigantic size advantage. Demopoulos taking this fight short notice, moving up to 125. And the question we have is why. Jamie Lynn, she should be able to get this done by being bigger, by being more technical. But hey, listen, it's not in the Apex. So maybe has she done stripping in Atlanta before? If not, then I probably have Jamie Lynn Horth by decision. But regardless, what is super sneaky, and I'm terrified of doing it, but I just might have to, like, just fight doesn't go the distance. A fluke, right? There could be a fluke. That's the only thing I could think of.
It would be a fluke. What's the price on this fluke?
Under 2.5 is plus 300.
By God.
I'm just like, that's because what if Horth being a 125er and being huge, and Demopoulos has been hurt on the feet?
The distance.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping maybe she's not in the best shape in this fight, but she has the extra weight, doesn't have to cut. Maybe her chin's just fine. Maybe she just gets controlled, and Horth by decision at minus 5,000 ends up being the correct.
No,
minus 250. I apologize.
Honestly, dude, I think you've just interested me from a point that shit. What else am I going to be doing? I'm going to turn on this fight. Please make it stop. Let's go on the finish.
Please make it stop. That's what we're betting on. So shout out to the original sin, Jamie Lynn, because Vanessa Demopoulos, she sinned way more in her life.
That's a solid nickname.
Not bad, right? So we close it out hot. We appreciate everyone.
See, Dan Levy, you missed something, even though I still interrupt his lead out.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Classic.
I apologize.
Well, it's just a miracle we had a show this week, ladies and gentlemen.
I tried.
We won't share any behind-the-scenes details because we love all of our people. And life
continues.
Yeah, listen, there's going to be unexpected turns every point of the way. Who gives a shit? We keep on moving. We keep on coming every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
What is important in life is what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. Don't care about what anybody else thinks. Be safe and be healthy. That's it. That's really it.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week.